Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am headed to the doctor's office to get my cast off my nose, so it will be the big reveal for the shape. So they say that you have to see it right when the cast comes off and then it will blow up like a balloon, so I'll take a video right when it comes off so you guys can see it. But my mom and I are now headed to the doctor's office. It's a little bit warmer today at 24 degrees. I know, doesn't sound warm, but we're both really excited and nervous, so stay tuned.
Okay, Chloe, you're gonna get your cast off today.
Hey.
You're just waiting for the nurse to come in.
Yes.
And how are you feeling about it all?
I feel good. I'm nervous to see it, but I feel really good. A friend told me to take my pain medication before I come in because the sutures are gonna hurt a little bit to take out, so I did that as well. So hopefully it'll be good.
All right, we'll check back in.
Okay.
But just let me know if you need to take a break, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to use this and I'm going to run it underneath. Feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That hasn't hurt at all so far.
Oh, it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Cute nose.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, finally.
It's cute.
So I'm going to do the same here.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all.
Okay.
Which one, her right or her left?
Seems like we're right. Sorry, this is really thin skin here.
All right, let me get a
I'm gonna
180 here.
clean it a little bit more and then you guys can take pictures, okay?
Okay.
Is it super swollen?
It's not super swollen, but it definitely is swollen. There's going to be a lot that comes down right here. But it's cute.
Ooh, this part I can feel. It feels like it's bruised almost. It's tender. But the removal didn't hurt yet or one bit.
Good, good.
So it smells weird.
I know. And I'm going to use an adhesive that smells even more.
So
So
good.
She was hoping you'd say that.
good thing you can't really smell too great right now.
Yeah.
All right, dear.
Oh my gosh, it looks good.
Doesn't it look so
That's
good?
even with swelling.
Oh, honey.
I
Oh,
love
it's so cute.
it. Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It still looks like my nose though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still you. It's just a better you.
I love it.
Oh,
I'm gonna get some steri strips and I'll be right back.
thank
okay?
you.
Of course.
Oh, sweetie.
Okay, I'll be
Oh,
right back, okay?
you're so relieved, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so nervous.
looks so good. It's swollen, so it's just gonna get even more cute. How could you be any more cute? It's really cute, Chloe.
good.
Yeah. Looks really good. How do you feel right now?
Happy.
Are you relieved? Yeah. I love you.
Love you. Hi guys, it is now a couple days after that cast removal. It was definitely an emotional experience. I think it was a lot of relief because I was very nervous just that it would come out looking crazy or something like that, or I would look totally not like myself. So when I got the cast off, I think I was just like overcome with relief and emotion and kind of just letting out all that pent up frustration and emotion that kind of built up over the course of that like week and a half that I was waiting to get the cast off. But it's been a few days later now and I feel really good about my nose. When I got the cast off, it was still super swollen. So I actually have retaped it here and you can see it is very narrow now. And you can see that because the tapes kind of push down and put pressure on it, so they take out the swelling, so you can actually really see the shape here. So before, my nasal bones were about out here, I could feel them here, and now they're into right here, and it is just super slim and perfectly straight. He did a really good job. So when I get the tape off, obviously I will show you guys as well, but here's the 3/4 view. I really like that it has a little bit of a curve, which is really feminine. It's what I wanted. And I have a super tip break, I think is what it's called, which is where your bridge meets the tip of your nose and you have not an indent, but a clear line where the tip begins. So the tip kind of protrudes out from that line, which is something I really wanted. I didn't want it to be perfectly like one plane all the way down. Does that make sense? So yeah, my tip is a little really swollen still. So I put this around it to try to kind of keep the swelling so it's not really wide. But here's what it looks from the side. But I think it's perfect. I think it's what I wanted. I really won't know for sure for probably another, he says about 6 weeks is where you can really tell where about 80% of your swelling is gone. So he says really the only person that's going to know that it's swollen is me, the patient, and him, the doctor. So to the rest of the world, my nose is going to appear normal about 6 weeks post-op. Past that date, the swelling will just go down and down and down more and more every month until about a year. Almost all your swelling is going to be gone, and that's when you can see your full result. But just to give you a little bit of sanity, about 6 weeks post-op is the typical time where your nose is going to look pretty much normal and pretty much the way it is supposed to. So I'm really happy with it. What to expect when you go in to get your cast off, I included the entire like procedure of getting my cast off, just because I thought that's something I really would have liked to see. So if that was too long, sorry, but I thought it was something that some people might find really useful. But first she took the stitches out, and I just didn't really want to record that because that's a pretty typical procedure. She will just get the tweezers and snip the strings, the suture, and gently pull them out. It doesn't hurt. But I will say taking your pain meds before might help that discomfort. And it's just a few stitches, so it's over very quickly. When the cast comes off, it didn't hurt either. I would recommend, and make sure you clarify this with your surgeon, but I would recommend taking a shower before, letting the warm water go over your face, and that will loosen up the cast really well so that when you get there, when they take it off, it is very easy. So I did that, and then she took the cast off, then the tape off, and I saw my nose. It was very swollen. So when you first see your nose, do not freak out. It's not going to look like yourself to anyone, because you are going to be like, I mean, think about this. Your entire life you have been looking at the same face, and even if just something tiny changed, you would be like, whoa. So I mean, that's a big deal. Your nose changing is the center point of your face, so you're gonna feel like you look funny. I felt like I looked funny, and looking back, I do look a little bit funny because it is so swollen. When you get the cast off, pay attention to your profile view, because that's gonna show your shape pretty well. The front view is gonna look very swollen and wide, so do not freak out. That is very typical. That's what you can expect. And then, like I said, after you get the tape off for this, after the second week, I think that's when it's gonna be much closer to what you're thinking. So I go in to see my doctor 3 weeks post-op, and they're gonna do what's called debridement or debridement. My nurse pronounced it debridement. I think it's debridement, but we will see. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. But basically what he's gonna do, and I wasn't aware that this was gonna have to happen, so I'm a little nervous for it, but I'll let you guys know how it goes afterwards. But he has to go in kind of like with an endoscope, which is a very tiny camera on a long metal rod, and that allows him to see up in my nasal cavity, and he's gonna basically take any this is gross, any like crusting or blood, anything that is up there from the surgery. He's gonna take it out so that my breathing is gonna be really good. So my nurse said it's not gonna feel good, but you'll feel a lot better afterwards. So kind of like a really deep tissue massage. That's what she compared it to. You'll feel really good after the fact. So not looking forward to that. This whole experience, it has gone by pretty fast. I can't believe that I had my surgery almost 2 weeks ago. That's really crazy. I feel like I was just going in like a couple days ago, but it was not nearly as bad as I had anticipated. The worst part is really that you can't sleep, is that your sleeping schedule gets kind of messed up because it's hard to sleep at first. And it's hard to breathe out of your nose. Obviously you can't breathe out of your nose. Also, I couldn't taste for a week. And then I could taste, once I got my cast off, I could taste again. My nurse said there's no correlation, but I think that there is, because the splint is a hard structure, and it keeps your nose, if your nose does swell, it's gonna have to swell inward because it's a very hard splint. So once she took it off, I think it was able to expand, and my olfactory bulb, which is the part of your brain above your nostrils that allows you to smell and taste, I think it was a more clear passageway because my nose could expand. That's a theory. So she says there's no correlation. I think that there might be. So keep that in mind. But I could taste right after my appointment, and that was like such a relief because it's so weird when you can't taste anything. But yeah, if you are going into this surgery, do not be afraid. Do not freak out when you first see your nose. Do not worry about the whole recovery process. It is actually very easy after the first couple days. I do feel like now that I've gone through this, I can literally do anything. They say if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, and I definitely feel like so much stronger after this experience. I survived, I thrived even, and I am super happy with my result. I think my doctor did an incredible job, and he was a very good doctor, as well as my nurse Jessie. She was very hands-on, very communicative. I was able to text her at like any hour of the day and ask her questions, and she always responded. So that was really awesome. Jessie did an amazing job. That was who you saw taking off my cast. She's super sweet. But I have nothing but good things to say about them and their practice. The one thing was wait times in the lobby were sometimes long, and then sometimes you got right in, so that was a little bit unpredictable. I'm just saying. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons, okay? Gotta keep it real. My next video that I'm going to put out, I want to do it once I can take the tape off so that you guys can actually see what my nose actually looks like without all this jazz. And it's really, really nice. Like, my nose is totally transformed, but it still looks like my nose. It's like he took my nose but perfected it. Like, he didn't give me a new nose, he made it just like me. It's so natural. When I used to have so many insecurities about my nose. I felt like my face looked very like flat because my bridge came out so far that my nose looks kind of flat. And I was always so self-conscious about like someone seeing me from the side. I always tried to face on to anyone I was talking to, and it was just like a subliminal thing. Like, I couldn't even help it. I was just very self-conscious of my nose. So now I already feel like so comfortable with it and so proud. Like, I don't mind people seeing me from the side, and that's a new thing for me since I was probably like in middle school when I started really kind of, you know, in middle school is when you get a little bit conscious of, you know, the way people see you. So what is that? Since I was 12, so that's like 10 years of, that's like half of my life I've been self-conscious of my nose. So this is such like, such an emotional thing for me to like feel so good about my face. So I'm just really happy, and as you saw in the video, I was like just uncontrollably crying because I feel like not a new person, but I just feel like a better me, like the me that I always saw myself as. So I really am very happy. And I hope that if you guys go through this as well, that you can be very happy with your result. I would highly recommend doing a lot of research. I really love the Real Self website. Just type Real Self into Google. You can do a search on all the doctors in your area, anywhere near you. And you can see their reviews and, you know, before and after photos and compare people. Also, I would recommend going to multiple consultations if you can. Like 3 would be probably a good number, just to have a good pool of people to draw from. And I would write out a list of questions before you go in to really know what you want to ask each one, and maybe ask them all the same thing so you can really be able to objectively compare each of them, and gauge, like, you know, get them all on the same playing field. So they can be very educational, those consultations, those meetings, and they're really beneficial for you to even learn more of what you want. So I would recommend, before you go to anything, look up some photos online of noses that you like. So I would look at both people, you know, celebrities or whatever that may be. I remember typing in the perfect nose to Google and saw people come up. One person who I really love her nose, I don't know if you guys know who Wolfie Cindy is. I don't really know if that's obviously not her real name, but she has a really, really cute nose and like a round tip, which I grew up, I've always had a round tip, so I wanted to keep that. I didn't want to have a super pointed tip or anything like that. So that's a photo of one person that I showed my doctor. I would probably recommend having one person in mind whose nose you really love, or maybe just a couple that you can show shapes that you really like. But keep in mind, doctors can't give you a specific nose. They have to work with your bone structure, your face, what you have, and kind of work from there. So what the photo is going to be is showing a shape or a couple shapes that you prefer, what you really like, what your style is, what you want, and kind of get their opinion, because they are experts and they know what's going to look good on your face. So trust in them. I think that they know exactly what they are doing. So I would maybe ask them what kind of experience they have. Are they board certified, which I would hope that they obviously are. I would ask them how many surgeries like this do they do in a month or in a year. You know, those kinds of questions. Ask them if they have any hesitations with your nose in particular, and see what their, you know, what their result is. Those are just some ideas going into your consultations. And then gauge how they make you feel. You know, what are your instincts telling you? Are you comfortable with them being your doctor? Do they, you know, do they seem qualified? Do they seem competent? Do they seem like they care? Are they just kind of shooing you out of their office to go into the next patient? Those are all very important things. So you will probably talk to your doctor more than once. If you are going into surgery, you've booked your surgery, and you have more questions come up, don't just let them slide. Definitely call the doctor's office and either ask if you can talk to him over the phone or schedule another appointment, just to be sure that you are on the same page. I had some, you know, questions and insecurities about it even going into surgery that I hadn't brought up to my doctor, and I wish that I was more vocal because it caused so much anxiety for me after the fact. Like, oh my god, I wish I would have shown him this picture, or I wish I would have said this, you know, did I forget to say this? So you're gonna have an initial consultation. Definitely schedule another one with the doctor you choose before your surgery. Go in, have a list of, you know, questions in a couple photos to show him, things like that before you go, so you can keep your thoughts clear, because sometimes it can be hard to remember everything. Show him everything you want to know, everything you want to do, things that you like, see what he says about it. Don't expect to be able to do everything you want due to any limitations in parameters that you have existing, but have those in mind. Talk to him about everything, him or her. Talk to them about everything, and make sure that you don't have any questions going into surgery. I can't stress that enough. That's something I wish I had, you know, put more effort and thought into. Don't let anything go unsaid. So yeah, and then going into surgery, don't be nervous. These people, the biggest thing to worry about with surgery isn't surgery itself, but it's anesthesia. But you have to remember, you have one person who is a doctor who went to school specifically for this, an anesthesiologist, and they do this all day, every day. What their job is to put you under, and you're basically, if here's sleep, you're one step lower than sleep, and they keep you at a certain level. What their job is for the entire surgery, they're going to measure your heart rate, your blood pressure, your temperature, your breathing, your oxygen levels. They're going to monitor you the entire surgery to make sure they keep you at the perfect anesthetic depth, which you're going to be safe, okay? They are specialists. They do this all the time. They're going to keep you safe. So do not be nervous about that. Don't worry. I was really worried, but after going through it, I can honestly say there's nothing to worry about. Your surgeon is a specialist in what he does. Your anesthesiologist is a specialist in what she does. And there are multiple people in the room making sure that you are safe and that everything is going to come out okay. So don't be nervous about the surgery. Once you get out of surgery, it's going to be a little bit blurry, but it's going to be fine. You'll have someone taking care of you. Someone really nice will take care of you and get you Jello to eat, which is a plus. And then you'll get to go home and you will just rest. I would definitely say have a good show on Netflix to watch that you can kind of watch and not be super like into. Like, don't watch Game of Thrones, like something that you have to really keep up with. Watch something like Friends or New Girl or Jane the Virgin, something that's just like a happy kind of feel-good show. You'll just get to relax and just chill for a whole week, really. And after a couple days, you're gonna want to like get up and kind of walk around your house. For me, it's winter right now, so it's super cold, but in the summertime, after a few days, if you want like a nice little walk around the neighborhood, that's super good for you and really nice. And just make sure you stay on top of your pain pills for the couple days after surgery. Then after those couple days, you're gonna want to wean off a little bit. You're gonna want to get off those pain pills as soon as possible. They're pretty hard on your body, hard on your digestive system as well. And you're gonna want to get those off of those because they are highly addictive, because oftentimes they will prescribe to you an opioid, and those are highly addictive drugs, not just in your mind, but also by your body. Your body will start to crave them and actually feel like it needs them. So you'll go through withdrawals if you stay on them for too long. And that's not a fun process. So get off of those as soon as you can and switch to what my doctor said was maximum strength or extra strength Tylenol. Do whatever your surgeon suggests, but that's just what mine had said. And I take that every 6 hours. So now that I am about a week and a half out from surgery, I'm taking that probably once during the day and then once at night. So it is really not painful at all anymore, just a little bit uncomfortable. Really just it's pressure, so it's a little bit of a headache here and a little bit of pressure. My lip doesn't hurt at all anymore. I haven't even talked about my lip, but I am keeping both incisions very moist and have Vaseline on here and Vaseline on here, and then I put a little bit on the inner rim of my nose. And my bruising is almost gone. I just have a little bit here. swelling has gone down a ton. So you can see, and what the doctor usually says is that the bruising is going to start here. It's going to migrate outward, and then it's just going to kind of drop, is how they put it. So it's going to kind of drop down your face, and now you can see it is turning yellow. So that is the end stages of a bruise. So it's almost gone, which is good. And this incision under my nose, you can see, is almost like, you can't see it here. You can't see here for sure. But if you get really close to my nose, you can see my incision. But I love my nose. I'm really happy with it. I think that he did a great job. This nose surgery series is coming to an end. My last video, I think, is going to be all the things that you need to know before nose surgery. So it's going to be all the supplies that you need to buy, all of the things that you need to be ready for. It's just gonna be a relatively short video, and then I'm gonna have a link to buy everything that you need, just a big bundle, so that you don't have to go to the store, all these different stores, and pick them up. You can just go. I'll just have like Amazon links that you guys can go to and just buy them all. So yeah, my humidifier is still going strong. If you're wondering, like, nothing's on fire behind me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. You're going to want to see what comes out next. This next video is going to be the most informative and the most important that I've done yet in this whole nose surgery. So you might want to turn on your post notifications as well, so that you can see when I post. If nothing else, please give this video a thumbs up. It is super helpful for me in my channel and my growth. So just to wrap this up, I want to say thank you for everyone that has been watching this series. I try to comment back to all of you, but you're so sweet and so awesome, and I'm so happy that I could help some of you through your own surgeries. That is what I am doing this for, and I'm so happy to hear that it has been even a little bit helpful for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. The final thing I wanted to ask was, now that you guys know I have graduated from Purdue this December, and I'm starting my career, my job in my career, January 20th. So I have a way more open schedule, and I'm going to be able to create lots of videos and just so much diverse and really cool content. So I want to know, what do you guys want to see? I want to do so many different things. I want to keep doing random makeup tutorials, skincare tutorials, things like that, but I also want to have like random stuff on here, like trying weird things or literally anything. So if you guys have any ideas or requests or recommendations, let me know, because I'm going to be putting out, I think, 2 to 3 videos a week, which is so much more than I've been doing, and I'm really excited because I love the whole process of YouTubing. I've gotten so quick with my editing, so it's just so much fun for me, and I love like connecting with you guys in a whole different way and just kind of expressing myself and getting my opinion out there and kind of touching people's lives in new ways. So I really love YouTubing, and I really hope to just grow and put so much content out there this upcoming 2018. So that's one of my biggest goals. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful first month of this new year, 2018, and I can't wait to hear from you all. If you have any questions at all about anything, leave them below as well, and I will get back to you on this video. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.